In Avatar: The Last Airbender, some fans think that Katara should have ended up with Zuko and not Aang, and that Aang should have followed the air nomad way of leaving behind your earthly attachments and not taking a partner. And while the show writers did intend for them to end up together, showing the forgiveness that could happen if a water tribe girl and a fire boy got together, they decided to go with the hero gets the girl trope with Aang and Katara. And by the end of book 2, he did let go of Katara so he could enter the Avatar state, and some people say he should have kept letting go of Katara so he could live a normal air nomad life, and while I do see their point, there's a few problems with that. One, he's the last airbender. The only way for there to be more airbenders is if he had his own child, but airbenders don't raise their biological children. Instead, they're raised at the air temple by monks and nuns, but he's the last airbender, so he would have to teach that child everything he knows. Sure, the air acolytes could take care of the children, but he would still have to spend a great deal of time with them teaching them airbending, and I think he would become emotionally attached to them pretty fast. I mean, considering they're the last airbenders. He also needed that emotional connection. When kids are growing up, the emotional connections can shape the person that they're going to be in the future, and positive ones help you be a better person, and in his case, it helped him be a better avatar. But when he found out Monkeyatsu was dead, it triggered his avatar state, and I would argue that Monkeyatsu was like a father figure to him, and Katara is the only one throughout the show that can talk him out of the avatar state. If the air nomads did live, I think as Aang got older into his 20s, he would let go of the more earthly and emotional connections because he wouldn't need them anymore since he's fully developed. But you have to remember, Aang is 12, he's a kid. And at 12, he feels enormous guilt for not being able to keep balance in the world, letting the 100-Year War go on as long as it did, and not being there for his people, and let alone he's the Avatar, so that's extra pressure on him. Yes, eventually airbenders did come back during the harmonic conversion, but he had no way of knowing that was going to happen. It happened 17 years after his death. Even in the new Avatar movie that just got released, Aang is well into his 20s, but we still see and hear how guilty he feels by not being able to protect his people, but Katara is right there emotionally supporting him. And that's a lot to carry at the age of 12. Like I said, he's just a kid. Think back to when you were 12. Do you think you could carry all that emotional burden by yourself without having someone there to support you? And without Katara, I think Aang would grow up to be more violent. Like we saw what happened when people took Appa. He completely just abandoned his pacifist way, entered the Avatar state, and he was ready to kill people. He was ready to show down. If it wasn't for Katara, there would be no survivors. Without her, we wouldn't have the Avatar we know today, and he wouldn't be so emotionally grounded. Sure, he did have his flaws, like favoring Tenzin over his other two children, but I can see why he favored him, because he was going to be the last airbender after he died, but all in all, he could have been a lot more violent and a lot worse without her.